Welcome to Ask Dr. Danett, where I answer one women's wellness question from an Eastern medicine perspective. Today's question is, what can I do about my hot flashes? Well, this is such an important question. At the time of recording this video, we are in spring, headed towards summer. And while we are still experiencing some cooler days, the heat that is on its way with summer and the summer solstice approaching is generally not the friend of women experiencing hot flashes. Women can experience hot flashes during any season, but summertime can make them feel even more intense and uncomfortable. That's one reason I think it's important to understand hot flashes from an Eastern medicine perspective and to know that there are things you can do to help support your body. In Eastern medicine, a key foundational principle is the relationship between yin and yang. Yin is associated with cooling, moisture, nourishment, and restoration, while yang is associated with warmth, activity, and movement. For women, yin plays a particularly important role. As women age and move through perimenopause and menopause, both yin and yang can naturally change, but yin tends to decline more significantly. Because yin is associated with cooling and moistening functions in the body, when yin becomes deficient, it can become easier for symptoms such as hot flashes, night sweats, and feelings of heat to occur. Now, hot flashes can be incredibly disruptive. I've seen women be in the middle of a conversation and suddenly break out into a sweat. They can affect sleep, concentration, confidence, overall quality of life. And the good news is that there are things you can do to help support your body. So here are 3 of the top things I often encourage women to focus on to help them navigate hot flashes. First is to stay well hydrated. Because yin is associated with moisture, proper hydration becomes especially important during this stage of life. I often think about it like a forest. When wood becomes very dry, it becomes much easier for a fire to start and spread. But when the wood is properly hydrated, it is much harder for that fire to take hold. In a similar way, hydration helps support the body's cooling and moistening functions. For many people, a general guideline is to drink about half of your body's weight in fluid ounces each day unless your health care provider has advised otherwise. Second, reduce sugar. One of the things I have observed clinically is that when women reduce sugar, many experience a decrease in the frequency or intensity of their hot flashes. Well, actually, frequency and or intensity of their hot flashes. That doesn't mean you can never have something sweet, but it is worth paying attention to how your body responds. Reading labels, reducing sugar where possible, and choosing foods that are naturally sweet can be helpful. Personally, I like monk fruit as a sweetener, and I also like small amounts of honey, which is metabolized by the liver. Third, work to decrease your stress and stressors as best you can. I know. What do I know? That is often easier, much easier said than done. But it's really, really important to know that stress can absolutely, positively contribute to hot flashes and make them more intense. One thing I often tell women is that during this stage of life, the body becomes very honest. In that, the body's always honest, but sometimes it lets you know very quickly when you're feeling stressed or when something in your life simply isn't working for you when that hot flash shows up. So while we can't always control every stressful situation, we can work to create daily practices that help reduce stress and reduce the effects of stress, the negative effects of stress, whether that's walking, prayer, meditation, breathing exercises, journaling, spending time in nature, or creating more space in your schedule. Finding ways to support yourself can make a big difference. I also want to mention that while hot flashes may look similar from the outside, the contributing factors are not always the same from an Eastern medicine perspective. Yin deficiency is often part of the picture, but there can be other underlying factors contributing as well. That's one reason why herbal recommendations and treatment approaches are often individualized rather than one size fits all. If you would like additional support, I have a free perimenopause support resource available through the link in the description below. And while it's called a perimenopause support resource, many of the tips are also helpful for women in menopause. I am also regularly adding new resources and tools to my digital wellness page, so be sure to check that out as well. If you would like more individualized support, I also offer both virtual and in-person consultations. And if you have a question that you would like answered in an upcoming episode of Ask Dr. Danett, you can submit it using the link in the description below. As always, take excellent care and love being a woman.